Roger. Payload release.
Cruisin', cruising the world. Yeah.
We're cruising now.
You got the beat.
Alright, how we doing, folks? It's your boy Marcus right here. We got the beat, we got the power. We're in Florida. Maybe we'll get a Husani sighting out there. If not, though, we're going to Miami Beach, Cape Canaveral. Also, the Kennedy Space Center and the Space Shuttle. We'll see what happens when we get over here. This is probably one of the easiest stages in the game, to tell you the truth. Very limited curves. It's pretty simple, unless you crash into a damn tree and get yourself all the way back to 6th place. Oh, brutal. And the problem is this stage is that you don't really have too much time to come back and overcome a big deficit because it's relatively small. Luckily, we got the speed demon, and we're just going to tear through these people. And I feel bad for all these guys that are just like commuted. Imagine these guys going on a normal day to work, and here we come over here, we're cruising down. Playing just bizarre, strange music from the 90s, just going at crazy speeds. Once again, crashed into the damn thing. I did the damn thing. I did a little mega barrel roll with 2 seconds right there. Oh, that's great. 8th place, I'm getting nervous. I'm like, there's no way I'm catching these guys. Like, this stage is going to end, like, right here. Any turn, I always felt like it could end. And it's really interesting, you know, I mean, the game can't project a whole stage off at once, but they did a very good job with rendering stuff as you got near to it. Still more than enough time. It adds like a little bit of a challenge rather than seeing the whole thing, but it gives you more than enough time to react. Take that car on head first, but luckily I crashed them into my boy who was trying to get by me. That's how we get the W. Oh my lord. You see right there, we got ourselves a little spaceship over there. Got ourselves a little shuttle right there, because when you think of Florida, of course, the first thing you think of is Nassau, right? Like, come on, man. Nassau. Whatever. I'll put down my initials over here at the end. And I skipped over this for most times, but most of the races that I did, I either, like, just break my record or come really close to it. But here we go. Get cut off by the cutscene. I'm gonna shut up.
This is Mission Control. Code green. Come on down.
I got Cruisin' World at 419er. Over.
Ten 4, cargo bay open. Come on down. Commence countdown. 3, 2, 1, 0. We have liftoff.
Roger. Payload release.
We're cruising now.
Oh my god. It's so corny, it's so good. It's great. That's why I use that as the intro. Because, I mean, you cruise the world, right? We went through all these tracks over here the past couple days. We toured up into the world. And I always found it really cool that they give you an end cutscene. You know, most racing games don't really have that. And to tell you the truth, I feel kind of bad. And I think I'm going to... I don't know if I'm going to pick the next Forza. But, you know, the crew, they showed that game at E3. And that game looked pretty dope. Gran Turismo always looked dope. But I'm just not a fan of the ultra-realistic car racing games. I'm just not really into cars to begin with, so it's not like my cup of tea per se. So ultra-realistic games don't quite do it to me, but I always enjoy the arcade racing game. I mean, it's competitive. I enjoy anything that's competitive, and this is high-octane competitiveness right here. Mario Kart's kind of its own genre, you know. I don't even consider that a racing game. That's just like a beast. Like, Mario Kart is its own monster. But in terms of racing games, I always find it rewarding that if you did play like a single player, like I did with you guys right here through this, that they give you a cutscene, especially if it's as absurd as this. So our reward for winning through all these races was that we get flung into them. We got like flown out and dropped onto the moon. Mind you, we haven't been to the moon since like the 60s, unless you want to like believe that we were never there. Shout outs to all the conspiracy nuts out there. That's great. I mean, not nuts, but you know, conspiracy people out there. Maybe we were, maybe we weren't. I could care less, man. We got more than enough problems to worry about down here than we gotta go up there. Unless there ain't some solution for us in the moon, shit, I gotta worry about working and paying them bills, you know? I got a kid on the way. Like, we gotta worry about that, man. I ain't worried about going on no moon. Anyway, before I get sidetracked over here and start telling you about my family and my loved ones and all that, I found it very rewarding that they give you at the end of the game a cutscene, be as absurd as this one was, to let you know, like, hey, you beat the game, good job, you're going to the moon. And then we unlock the moon level, which we'll go through tomorrow, which is crazy, the fact that you're racing in the moon. I mean, gravity should have changed. There should be something different. And that kind of wraps up the Cruisin game. At least the Cruisin side of it. You know, there are all the other stages, but I'm not going to go through those. I played Cruisin USA in the arcade. Never played it on the N64. I always heard it was good. Just for whatever reason, never got a hand on it. Cruisin the World, I own it for the N64. I love it. It's great. I've never played the arcade. And then Cruisin Exotica, which is the last one that's kind of released towards the end of the N64's life cycle. I heard it isn't really that good of a game. Like, you kind of just drive through strange places like underground water and aquariums and just bizarre shit. So I'm not really looking forward to ever trying that game. I don't know if there's an arcade. I imagine there's an arcade version of that. I don't remember it. And I think there was one more Cruisin made on the Wii. I think it was just called Cruisin. Don't 100% quote me on that one. I'm gonna look that up. Let me do some confirmation and see if that actually exists. But I'm pretty sure Midway made a Cruisin for the Wii. And being that it was probably for the Wii, it probably wasn't really that good. Unfortunately, the Wii didn't live up to its heart. But this is our Cruisin. This is what we're getting through here. Credits are over. Have a great one, everybody. Don't forget the moon tomorrow.